All right, all right. Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, TikTok. Happy Friday, Facebook and YouTube. Excited to have you all here today because it's Black Friday, right? And why would I not share anything with you all, even though I am having a sale right now? Doesn't make sense. I'm going to give y'all some free game on a few things today while also preparing you for 2025 with some of these savings that I have. So before we get into all of that stuff, the topic of the day, before we get into all of that, what I really want to do is number one, I want to say thank you all so very much for continuing to support this channel, YouTube, for continuing to support on Facebook, TikTok, for people who have been sharing, liking, commenting, saving videos and all of that stuff. Like seriously, I really do appreciate it because there are a lot of people out here that communicate, share their take on how they trade and stuff. And I will say this, y'all, there's no right or wrong way to trade, and especially when you're getting the results that you want. Okay. So let's keep this thing rolling. Let's keep this thing rolling. Y'all, as you come on, do me a favor and put your city, put your state, put your country, drop it in the chat or the comments. Also, let us know. Let us know what you've learned over these past two parts of this series. Give us something that you have learned. Like seriously, type one thing that you have learned, at least one thing that you have learned over the past two parts of this series, because I want to make sure that when I'm coming on here, y'all, I'm not coming on here to hear myself talk. I'm not coming on here just because. I'm coming because there are things that I wish I would have known, and I want to make sure that more people are aware of those things. Okay. So with that being said, y'all, I appreciate y'all. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Okay. Um, make sure on Facebook, make sure on YouTube you all hit the thumbs up first before you go hearting and whatnot. Same thing, Facebook, y'all. Give me some likes and some hearts. TikTok, I see you. Appreciate y'all for joining. Go ahead, tap the screen to let everybody know that we're live. Appreciate y'all for jumping in. Tap. I'm on YouTube and Facebook as well as TikTok. Okay. Other thing for my people on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. Listen, I know that sometimes you all are like, I don't have any money to support. I can't participate in the Black Friday sale because I don't have the money, whatever. Your support is hitting the thumbs up on YouTube. Your support is subscribing to the channel on YouTube. Your support is sharing the live stream. Or if you're watching the replay, share the replay with someone that you know, one to two people at least, that you know have expressed interest in trading. So that way they could be saved from a world of heartache and a large amount of money being lost in the market unnecessarily. On top of that, y'all, when after you share, hit the notification bell so that way you can be present during the lives, because the lives give you an opportunity to ask questions. All right, replays don't. Yes, you can type your question and I can answer it later, but you have more engagement and an opportunity for your question to be answered fully when you are live. So please, y'all, make sure that you are hitting that notification bell on YouTube as well. All right. So TikTok, I see y'all. Appreciate y'all. Hit tap. We're going to go into part 3 of our trading survival guide. And then y'all, I will get into some of the Black Friday sales. As a matter of fact, no, let me do that first. And then I'll end with that too. So I do have a few Black Friday sales available for all my people out there who want to get into trading. Okay. I showed y'all this last week. I'm going to show you all on YouTube and Facebook because y'all will be able to see it. TikTok, if you want to see my screen, then jump on YouTube. That's Prosperity Calls. Okay. If you want to see my screen, jump on YouTube. That's Prosperity Calls. So just as a quick reminder, y'all, if you are just starting out, you're curious, you haven't really put any trades in, you don't really understand, and you're like, I just don't want to spend a lot of money right now to learn this skill. I don't want to do that. Then I would say get the Forex starter kit, because it's like a really cheap price, especially now with want to be able to see if this is something that's really legitimately for you without spending hundreds, thousands of dollars in the market or hundreds and thousands of dollars to learn the skill. Okay, so save yourself some money, get the Forex starter kit, see if trading is for you, because I give a lot of beginner terms, breaking that down, things that you need to know as a beginner. You do get homework, you have quizzes, like all of that stuff is in this small starter kit, y'all. And the beautiful thing about this is self-paced. You can complete this at your own pace on your own schedule. So this is going to be great for you. Okay. So that's $24.99, y'all, for today, though. For today. After today, it goes back to the original price of $49.99. Okay. And it will be some updates there as well, coming over the next week or two in preparation for 2025. So I'll be adding to that starter kit as well. So stay tuned, but make sure you go ahead, secure it now at the lowest price, $24.99. Okay. That's $24.99. Like I said, y'all, listen, that's less than, your run to fast food, to go to Chick-fil-A or anything like that. Okay. And then the other thing that's on sale is the 90-day trading bootcamp. This is for my people who know for a fact they want to trade, they want to learn, but they need a live experience. Like, I need to be able to ask you questions in real time. I can't do the replays. I can't do I prefer to be there with you, so that way I can ask my question and I can get an answer and I can make sure I have that clarity. Y'all, that's what this 90-day trading bootcamp is for people who need their hand held, they need their questions answered in real time, and of course, they're going to get homework as well. Okay. And a lot of, well, I won't say a lot, but they will get reading material as well. So this is definitely for those people who are just starting out, and also for people who have been trading for a while but have not seen consistent profit. I've started over before, y'all, in 2020, and trust me, that was the best. That was the best thing for me, is to just come in as a whole new beginner, Even though I had some experience with trading, I came back in as a beginner, and that was the best decision that I could have made. Okay. And that was in 2020. So that's available. Y'all, starting price is at $498.99. Okay. So $498.99. That's the starting price, because it's a three-tier pricing, because you get different things with it. I'm not going to go into everything right now because I really want to get into the lesson for today, but I will do that on the back end. Okay. So once we're wrapping it up, if y'all want me to go into what each tier represents and why it costs what it costs, then by all means, I could do that for y'all. Okay. But starting price is $498.99. And then of course it goes up from there with each tier. And then we have the trading bundle. Trading bundle is the third thing that's on sale. You get access to the self-paced trading, day trading 101. That's what you're going to get. Appreciate you. Go ahead, continue to tap, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Continue to tap. Okay. I appreciate y'all very, very much. Okay. So, yeah, with that being said, the trading bundle gives you access to Day Trading 101. It gives you access to the advanced ticket for the 90-day trading bootcamp as well. This is where you get the recordings of each of our live sessions, okay, over that 90-day period. And surprise, you get two different bonuses. So one bonus is the 2025 trading checklist to get with that is access to my previous trading trauma series. So you're going to get access to that. So that way now you can be better prepared and equipped for the markets in 2025. All right. And for my people who love crypto like me, we were just talking about this not too long ago. Actually, like a little over an hour ago, we were talking about how some of us have been investing in the cryptocurrency market for a long time. And so we were a part of the selling market where people were panicking, and we were buying Bitcoin at $15,000 and $18,000. Okay. And now Bitcoin is at over $97,000. So what I want to do is make sure that I give people what I know, what has worked for me and my family, and of course, previous students of mine, give you those things to help you to safely get started in the cryptocurrency market. And if you have been in the cryptocurrency market, but you're a little nervous because you don't really know what you're doing, you just got in because probably fear of missing out, this beginner boot camp is going to be for you, okay? Because you want to make sure that you are securing your assets and also having an idea of what to look for before investing in another cryptocurrency project in the future, okay? So if you want to do this, this is definitely for my people who are just starting out, who have been in crypto but don't really know what they're doing, okay? You're kind of winging it, you're gambling. We don't want you to gamble. We want you to have a strategy as you invest, okay? This is going to be kicking off December 4th to the 15th, and it's Wednesdays only at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The price for that right now is $99 for Black Friday only. Y'all, after today, 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time, the prices go back to the regular price, which is $175. If I were you, I would go ahead and secure my savings, secure my spot, so that way I know what I'm going to be doing in 2025 as a crypto investor, okay? And that is pretty much it. I want to make sure you guys saw that. So let me remove this from the slides, and we're going to get into our lesson for today. Now, like I said, y'all, there's a lot of stuff on sale, Facebook and YouTube. Y'all see that in the description of this video and the caption of this video. For those of you on TikTok, please continue to tap, 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 tap. I really appreciate y'all when you tap, tap, tap the screen, tap, tap, tap the screen. I appreciate y'all. Okay, so here's the thing, y'all. What I really want to make sure everyone knows, number one, before I get into the session today, is I am not a financial advisor, y'all. I am not a licensed trader. I do not work with, am not partnered with the CFTC. I am a student that simply shares things that works for her, okay? Things that have worked for her family, things that have worked for other people who have sought me out, and I have helped them set their stuff up, okay? Whether that's with trading or that's with crypto investing. I am simply sharing with you all things that have worked for all of us. And I also share things that have not worked. And the point of that is to make sure that I did my part in sharing with you the ups and the downs that come with trading and investing, so you can make an informed decision on how you want to move forward in any of these markets. Y'all, it doesn't have to be the FOREX market only, because what I teach applies to trading in the stock market. Okay, it applies to trading in the cryptocurrency market. It applies to helping us identify when we should start buying something from an investor standpoint, because we want to buy and hold long term. This skill applies in multiple markets, in multiple areas, in multiple ways. So don't sleep on it. If you want to learn, listen, and then start applying. All right. So let's get into it. I've done the formalities. Hopefully you all have gotten your pen and pad together. You had plenty of time, y'all. I've done a little talk for the past 13 minutes. My bad. 13 minutes. This is giving you time to get your pen and pad together. This is giving you time to share this live stream. This is giving you time to get you some water, whatever you need. Okay, so that way we can get started. All right, so first thing we're going to do is just talk about what we're going to cover today. So what we're covering today, I'm sending a message. I'm sorry, y'all. I want to make sure that I do this. So what we're going to get in today is a little bit of market analysis. So for my people who are like, I don't understand, like, what you mean market analysis? I got you covered. I got you covered. Okay. We're going to go ahead and dive into that, because I know there are some people who want to learn the difference between, when you're hearing some of the trading jargon that, you know, that's put out there, you want to understand what it is you're listening to, right? I know I do. I want to understand what someone is sharing, where I could probably apply it. Okay. And so that's the plan for today. We're going to talk about market analysis, how we're going to apply that to help us to survive in these markets, but also thrive in these markets moving forward. Okay. So first things first, I want to make sure you all understand what is market analysis. So Market analysis is pretty much like us studying the market to make smart trading decisions. We do not gamble over here. We don't guess. Now, granted, there may be some people who have a strategy when they gamble. Okay, well, I get it. But the people who don't have a strategy in general and they just move off of emotion or feeling or what someone else said, we don't do that. We analyze the markets, we analyze the data to tell us this is a great buying opportunity or this is a great selling opportunity. Okay, that's what we're going to do. So market analysis also help us to understand when to buy, sell, or ultimately avoid trading. There are going to be times, y'all, when you want to just sit on your hands. There are going to be times, y'all, when you want to just say, you know what, I got it, I want to trade, but the market is not looking like a really great opportunity, or I just can't make this out. There are going to be times you be like, what in the world is going on? Stay away. Save yourself heartache, save your money. Okay? Trust me, that will be better so you can live to trade tomorrow and then eventually make your money in the market. Okay? So here's why it's important. I just shared this with market analysis. Without it, trading is going to be like guessing. You're more likely to lose money, and you're more likely to lose massive amounts of money and quit when you do not understand nor utilize market analysis. So a good analysis is going to give both of us a better chance of making money in the market. So let's say your goal is to make, okay, I make $20 an hour. Okay, cool. Well, what if you can make $20, within an hour or within a matter of 30 minutes or so, right? What if you can make $20 just for that 30 minutes to an hour of your time? And this is after you learn the skill and you just go look at the market, you see what it says, and it's telling you, yep, this is go time. You go and you move on about your day. So you're not even doing work the entire 30 minutes or the hour. You did work for, let's say, 5 minutes or so, made the decision, input the trade, and then you went on and did what you needed to do for the day, right? If this is making sense to y'all, TikTok, click, tap, tap, okay? Share the video, and also for my people on Facebook and YouTube, y'all can do the same thing. Hit those hearts, right? Like the video, share the video, because I'm telling y'all, this is going to help you in 2025, okay? Just like it helped me, trust me, it's going to help you, okay? So some of the things that we're going to cover today, all right, is we're going to talk about the difference between technical and fundamental analysis. Now, here's the thing. I want you to write these things down, these terms down, and I want you to Google them. Or you could go to ChatGPT, whichever one, and have ChatGPT explain it to you like a fifth grader, whatever term you want to use, whatever prompt you want to use to make sure that you understand it. That's fine. But go ahead and write it down. Write down technical analysis. And then the other one I want you to research is fundamental analysis. FUNDAMENTAL. Okay? I want you to write those two things down because this is going to help you to understand what type of analysis or how are you looking at the market. What is it that I'm looking for specifically? Technical analysis is different from fundamental analysis. I use both, but I'm very heavy on technical. Some traders, some investors are more fundamental and sentimental. It all depends on the person. You'll find that out once you go through and do your research. But I'm going to give y'all a couple of basics here, okay? But for those of you that need like an extended amount of information, this is why I want you to write it down, okay? So I'm also going to give you a few examples of what happens when analysis is ignored, okay? And also some easy tips for you to start your own market analysis. All right. And I do plan on going to the chart so that way those of you on Facebook and YouTube, you can see it. TikTok, I know when that time comes, I would suggest that you come over to YouTube and then check me out, okay? You can click the link in my bio to go to the bottom, the last link on my link tree. You can click that and come to the YouTube channel. That's Prosperity Cause, okay? So that way you can see it when that time comes. So let's get into it. First things first, I want to talk about what is technical analysis, and then also just kind of letting you see or understand what's the difference between the two. Okay, so when it comes to technical analysis, y'all, we're going to be looking at price. We're looking at what we call charts, not the medical term where they talk about charting, but we look at charts. So you know how like you're looking on Bloomberg, CNBC, Fox Business, and whatnot, and they have these numbers coming across the screen. Then sometimes they'll have an actual chart on there, and it'll look like it's going up and down and all that, and you're like, what in the world is that? I don't understand that. That's what we're able to do. We use technical analysis to help us to identify on those charts, what is the market telling us? Is there an area that we should be looking to buy? Is there an area where we should be looking to sell? Or is the market at a standstill per se, and I should stay away? Okay. When we do this, we're actually looking for patterns in the market to help us to make a better decision on future movement in the market, so we can now gauge whether we're going to enter or not. Okay. So some of the tools that traders use that's part of our technical analysis is support and resistance. This is a huge, huge key. I want you to write that term down. If you don't know what support and resistance is, ladies and gentlemen, you can use this as an investor in the stock market. You can use this as an investor in the cryptocurrency market. Okay? You can use this as an investor in precious metals. If you invest in oil, things of that nature, you can use this to determine if you want to invest in certain real estate like REITs, okay? EFTs, exchange, what is it? It's ETFs. I said EFTs, ETFs, exchange traded funds, right? If you want to invest in index funds, whatever, you can use support and resistance to help you identify prime areas where you should consider buying, where you should consider selling, or where you should be like, nope, I'm not doing anything right now because the market is on hold. Okay, so support and resistance. Support is one term. Resistance is another term. Write that down. You want to do additional research on support, additional research on resistance. Y'all, I don't have enough time to go into detail on this again, but if you want to check out how I broke down support and resistance, and I did the whole analysis on that, y'all, you can look at my FOREX Blueprint for Success. That's on YouTube. And you can also look at the, it was another one I did too, series that I did for trading most recently. You can look at that one as well. But definitely the FOREX Blueprint for Success, I went over support and resistance and also showed you how to identify those areas during one of the live streams. Okay, so you can check out the replay on that. Okay, support and resistance. So support is like our floor. So price comes down. It doesn't seem to keep going, but it pushes back up. Okay, that's a key area for us to say, ooh, I should think about buying right now. This is for my people who, and I want to share this for all my people out here who've been talking about, I'm going to get into Bitcoin and everything. And now Bitcoin has surpassed 97,000 again, right? Listen, I know I said it at, I think Bitcoin had made it to 93,000. I was like, y'all don't buy right now. Here's why. I'm a person, I look at possible percentage gain. If we're already at an all-time high and you could have purchased Bitcoin when it had dropped in 2023 to a little over $15,000, why would you wait until it hits $93,000 to buy it? That doesn't make sense, because there's going to be something called resistance that's going to come up next, which has happened. Price will come up. It's going to be like a ceiling. It doesn't keep going. It comes up and bounces back down. That's what's going to happen with Bitcoin. And there's a potential for a 70% price drop after that happens. So if November, the high was the 99,000-ish, right? If that was the high and we continue to see a decline, it might play around a bit. But if we see overall before the end of this year that it does not make another high, y'all, this is the time to prepare for you to buy or start making those buys every single week into Bitcoin. The price is about to drop. That's what that's going to signal to you. But you know how you're going to know that? If you understand what support and resistance is. It's not just about trading, y'all. When you can identify those things, when you look at those charts that confuse you right now, when you're able to identify that on those charts, it's going to help you to make better investing decisions. So you can still use everything else that you do to help you with investing, but you can implement the chart, the technical analysis to help you to say, yes, I want to do it, or nope, I'm going to push pause. So again, for all my people that are talking about investing in Bitcoin, y'all, there's going to be a resistance here soon. Data has shown me that Bitcoin hits its all-time highs in the months of November or December. That's it. So Bitcoin has already hit almost 100K, right? This is November. So it has until December 31st of this year to surpass that. If it does not surpass that, y'all, mark my words, unless it's going to be totally different than the past 10 years, then got it. But data has shown me for the past 10 years, November and December have been the all-time high months for Bitcoin. So if we don't see Bitcoin go past 99,000-ish, whatever it hit earlier this month, if it doesn't go past that, y'all, if you bought at a high, if you bought over $90,000, if you bought at over $90,000, you are about to start losing. The gains weren't enough for me to say, oh, yeah, let me start buying some Bitcoin at $93,000. Doesn't make sense. I started buying at $18,000. But you know how I knew that? Support and resistance. Support and resistance helped me to see, oh, this is possibly the floor. Well, let me start buying then. I started buying at $18,000, $18,000-ish. Okay? So hopefully that helps someone with that part. Okay? Continue to tap, 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 TikTok, tap, tap, tap the screen, tap, tap, tap the screen if this is helping you. Same thing, share. That's number one. And then also share on YouTube and Facebook. Okay? Sharing is caring, y'all. All right. So another tool that traders use, I'm sorry, I went on a tangent because we were talking about crypto and investing earlier. And this young lady, I had a person showing me this young lady she was talking to. She had $25,000 to invest, and she put the $25,000 into a bank account instead of putting a portion of that $25,000 into different investments outside of just putting it into the bank. And she knew about Bitcoin at that time. Bitcoin had went down between the $15,000, $18,000 mark. And she was scared to invest. And had she invested at least a portion of that, she would have been up. Every person that I know that invested in Bitcoin back when it dropped down to 15,000, so on and so forth, you're looking at your crypto portfolio is definitely up at least 200%. What other investment to it? We talked about different indicators. These are things that are calculated automatically. You don't have to do it, but it gives you an idea of where price is, where price has been, and now you can make the determination on where you anticipate price going based off of those indicators. So tools like the relative strength index, write that term down. I talked about it in the FOREX success blueprint. You can, go back and watch that part, or actually the entire series. You can go back and watch that. because I do show you how to utilize it. Okay, I show you how to find it on TradingView. I also show you how to utilize it. Okay, and they got homework on that too. So relative strength index, that is called the RSI. That is one indicator that is heavily used by a large majority of traders, retail traders, hedge fund managers, all of these things. Okay, so all this does is show us areas where price may be considered overbought or considered oversold. So if it's considered to be overbought, meaning price has been going up for so long, its time is due for a price drop, the RSI gives you an idea of where it's at. Okay, if it's overbought on that RSI, you should be considering a potential sale. If it's oversold, meaning price has been too low for too long, then you should be considering an area or potential for a price to move up, meaning you can now buy. Okay, those are not guaranteed indicators. These are things that pretty much confirm what we have already analyzed on the market. Okay, so give you an example of like using technical analysis. Okay, if a price keeps bouncing off of a floor, meaning it's going down and it's coming up here soon, but it's pushing down and it's not going further, it comes up a little bit, come back down, comes up a little bit, come back down, and it hits that same area over and over again. That tells us that we're at what we've called support, or in other words, a floor. So this might be a good time to do what? Buy. Y'all, I'm going to say this until I leave this earth. Warren Buffett has taught us, definitely taught me, to buy the fear and sell the greed. That simply means you buy when everyone else is running, like people were running from Bitcoin and the price was going down and it was 15 and 18,000 and folks were like, oh no about that, and it's been down. Okay, we were buying, and then those people waited until Bitcoin did what? Hit 70K, 80K, 90K, and then they started buying. Well, look at the percentage gain that I and the people who were rolling with me, what we all gained versus the people who were led by what? Greed in the market, and then they bought at higher prices. Meanwhile, Warren Buffett said to sell the greed. That means when everyone's like, oh, I'm going to buy now, I'm going to buy now, you do the opposite of what the masses are doing. This is your opportunity to look to get your profit from the market. This is your opportunity to look to get your profit from the market. So if you're a person that's saying, hey, I've been buying Bitcoin since whatever, and I want to sell some of mine, although I wouldn't advise anyone selling in Bitcoin because of the scarcity of it. But if you were to say that, what if you started buying at 18,000, 19, 20,000, then you're up massively in profit. So yeah, you can afford to start selling because people are being greedy in the market right now when it comes to Bitcoin. If that makes sense, y'all, please let me know that it makes sense. Type it makes sense, Leona. Type it makes sense in the comments. Let me know it makes sense, okay? So we're going to keep rolling because I don't want to be here too long. So that is an example of how we can use technical analysis. Like I said, same thing with the indicators, y'all. You just have to find what's going to work for you. So you should have a few terms written down already. Let's do a quick recap. You should have technical analysis written down. You should have fundamental analysis written down. You should have support written down. You should have resistance written down. And then the last thing you should have written down is relative strength index. Y'all, I'm giving you this so that way you can go, you can Google it and have a better understanding of how it relates to you trading or investing in any market that you're participating in. Okay. Now let's go into fundamental analysis, and then we're going to move on to a few examples, right? A few examples on how we can mess around and ignore market analysis and how they can impact us. Okay. So next we're going to get into fundamental analysis. If y'all are still with me, please type, I'm still with you. I'm still here. I'm going forward, okay? All right, so fundamental analysis. Remember, you should have this written down. So when we use fundamental analysis, it's like my tongue was getting tired. Fundamental analysis, this helps us to focus on the bigger picture. Like we're going to look at news that could potentially impact the market. We look at specific events that could potentially impact the market. Okay, I'm going to give you a few examples. So like, let's say Apple releases a new iPhone. Well, that could potentially impact the price of Apple stock. If it's a good review from its consumers, then guess what? The share price of Apple may go what? Up. If it's a bad review overall in general, they lost money on it, the sales weren't there, all kind of stuff, then guess what could potentially happen to the prices, the price of that stock? Apple stock could potentially go what? Down. That helps you to get an idea of when I should buy, when I should sell, or if there's like no change whatsoever in the market, it's just kind of like it's not really doing anything, then that means, hey, listen, there's no need for me to even consider entering the market for this thing. I can now go look at trading or investing in something else. Okay, now let's give another example. So let's say a government is like United States. I'm gonna use the United States, okay? Let's say the United States is changing their interest rates. This can move currency prices. So if this is in favor, this is a good thing for that country currency. So for the US dollar, if that's a good thing for the US dollar that was anticipated, is going to help our economy, then guess what? You may see the price or the value of the US dollar go what? Up. So that means that now when you're considering trading or investing in something that is based with or is combined with the US dollar, right? There we go. If it's combined with the US dollar, then you may be looking at either, depending on the positioning with our currency pairs, you may either be considering buying or selling, but it all depends on the positioning of the US dollar with that currency pair, or with those indices in the FOREX market or your stocks. Okay, so these are just things that I want you to consider when we're talking about fundamental analysis. I want you to think of it as like understanding why prices move instead of just looking at how they move. This is something that I am learning to focus more on, and this is why I'm sharing it with you. Because if this is something I'm focusing more on and I'm finding it helpful, then hopefully you find it helpful as well. So let's start thinking about why prices move in the manner that they move instead of looking at how they move. This helps us to stay a little bit ahead. All right. Everybody got it when it comes to fundamental analysis. Hopefully you all wrote that term down and you go and do some more digging so you now have a better understanding of fundamental analysis. Okay, now let's get into a couple of examples for my people. TikTok, y'all, do me a favor, tap the screen, especially if this is helping. Tap the screen, and also share on TikTok, share on Facebook, share on YouTube. All right, I appreciate y'all very much. All right, so look, I'm gonna give you a couple of examples of what happens when we ignore market analysis. Okay, so we typically will be guessing. Okay, we don't like to guess in the market because we know what happens when we guess. That does not always lead to the results that we want. So we're guessing instead of, doing our own research. So let's say a trader buys a stock, okay, because a friend said, hey man, listen, I done made a killing. I'm up 10% today alone because of this thing. Okay. But guess what? They didn't check to see what the market was telling them about this particular stock. Yeah, I've done that one time. I did this, and I love my husband. But my husband told me, oh, you should invest in some car company or whatever. And I was like, well, like I'm already investing in other stuff. So I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna buy, I think I bought like 50 shares of it or something like that, right? So I bought 50 shares real quick. And yo, when I say like I told myself after that, because that thing dropped dramatically. Like it had to have been, I didn't do it. I didn't do my analysis. And if I would have done my analysis, I would have known that it was at the 52-week high. So it was at a high already. I would have known to keep my butt away from that thing at the time. But because I was just listening and I said, oh, I'm going to just buy it. I suffered. I had to take my L on that one. I had to sell it because I'm like, it's going down too much, right? It's the same thing for my people who are just saying, oh, my homeboy told me I should buy some Bitcoin right now. I sat here and I put this out a while ago, and I'm gonna say it again. Y'all, please. Bitcoin is at an all-time high area now. The all-time high was a little over $99,000, right? Per Bitcoin. But this is not the time to start buying if you have never bought before. Now, if you're a person like me, you have a auto draft that comes out every single week or every single month that goes into your crypto portfolio. That's totally different. Keep doing what you're doing, okay? Because you're doing something called dollar cost averaging. All right. I'm talking to my people who don't do that. For the people who don't do that, and you have never ever invested in Bitcoin, this is not the time to buy. So here's the thing, those people who just jumped in at 93,000, 94,000, they probably be like, well, I'm up right now. Yeah. But remember what I just told y'all a while ago. Bitcoin is going to hit a resistance and it's going to drop. And there's the potential for price to drop over 70%. So if the high is 99,000, then that means that we're looking at price coming back down to $19,000, $20,000, $21,000. So you're going to hold it that amount of time, or are you going to panic and say, oh man, I should have just waited, and then you're going to sell at a loss? No, this is why we don't guess. We use our own analysis to get into the market. Okay, so for that trader that bought that because their friend was like, hey man, I'm up 10% today just on that thing alone, and they didn't check for themselves, more than likely the result of that could be the price was already falling like it happened to me, and then they lose money like it happened to me. Hence why I'm sharing this stuff with you guys, because I've been there, done that. Tap the screen on TikTok if that's helping you. Hit the like button, hit the thumbs up on YouTube if that's helping you. Right? Share this video if it's helping you. All right. So now another thing that could happen when we ignore doing our own analysis, right? We could miss out on key news that could potentially impact what we're going to trade. So another example, let's say someone is trading a currency pair and they don't know, that the central bank is about to make an announcement. Okay. Well, guess what? What could happen from that? If there's a huge announcement like the Federal Reserve, listen, power come on, we already know in this household and people part of my community, we already know we are not entering the market when he coming up to speak. We just gonna sit back and listen. We just sitting back and listening. Why? Because what could happen? A surprise interest rate change could cause the market to swing to the upside or downside. And it could be super dramatic, and you're like, oh my gosh, I was not expecting that. And so you're in this trade for a buy, and that rate change pushes the price down, and now you're out of luck, and you just lost the trade unnecessarily. And let's not forget, what about those people who do something called over leverage? So if you over leverage, now you're really out. Y'all, I did it in the beginning, didn't understand what I was doing, blew my account because I didn't have what we know as a stop loss, our safety net. I didn't have that set, and that thing price just went in the opposite direction, and y'all, I was out of my money. And I'm like, I couldn't do nothing to myself. Like, why did you do that? Like myself though. Okay. So again, I'm sharing with you all things that have happened to me that have worked, that have not worked. So hopefully you all can come in here into whichever market and you can make a really great decision and you have a better transition into investing or a better transition into trading than I had, right? Okay. So here's the thing. Here's the lesson in all that. Taking a little time to analyze the market can save you thousands from those big mistakes in the market. Okay? It can save you thousands. Take your time and learn and apply and take notes. And this way you can say, hey, when power comes on, Leona is absolutely right. The market either pushes up dramatically or pushes down dramatically every single time when he comes on to speak. Now you have the data to back what I just said. You're not just going off of what Leona said. You now have the data because you're writing it down. Okay? Now, let's go on. Let's go on. If this is helping anybody, go ahead, share. Let me know in the comments that it's helping you guys. Let me know in the comments that it's helping you guys. And also TikTok, just hit the like, tap to let it be known that I'm helping you. Okay? If you feel I'm helping you, tap the screen. And the same thing for those of you on YouTube, give that thumbs up first and then heart. And Facebook, y'all know what to do. Like and heart as much as you want. Okay? And then also comment. Let it be known. I appreciate y'all. I see you on TikTok. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for the likes. Thank you so very much. Keep tapping the screen. I appreciate it. So let's get into the last part before I give y'all your homework, okay? So the last part of this is I'm going to talk about some tips for you to knock out this market analysis. So this is some basic tips for y'all to be able to see it, okay? So let's get into it. So for technical analysis, y'all, like I said, we want to make sure we're looking at support and resistance levels. This is two terms that I told you guys to write down. So if you're just joining me on TikTok, if you're just joining on YouTube or Facebook, I need you to get a pen and paper or open up your notepad on your phone and type the words support and then type the word resistance underneath that. I need you to go do your research to understand what that exactly means from a trading perspective and what that means from an investing perspective, depending on which one you are doing. Because not everybody trades, but everybody should be investing. Everybody got it. Everybody should be investing in something. Okay? Multiplying your money. All right. So we're going to do that here in a second. I'm going to show you guys in a second. We also talked about at least considering using one technical indicator. This is just a tool that helps you to confirm what you're seeing in the market. Okay. The one that I told you guys to write down is the relative strength index. Again, relative, like that's my relative, that's my cousin, right? Strength, I'm strong. Index, okay? Like an index card. So relative strength index. I need you to write that down and go to Google, Chat GPT, whichever one works for you, and have it explain it to you like you're a fifth grader. So you understand exactly what this technical indicator is supposed to do for you as a trader and or investor. Okay? Because when you check this, this confirms to you if something is, let's say, too expensive to invest in right now, like Bitcoin. I'm going to keep throwing it out there, y'all, because I keep seeing people talking about, I'm about to start buying Bitcoin right now, and it's at all-time highs. It doesn't make sense. So I'm going to keep throwing. Listen, y'all may feel like I'm taking jabs, but I'm trying to save you money. You will make more money when you buy once Bitcoin has gone down again. You will make way more money. The people who bought with me, and we started at 18,000-ish. The people who bought with me, we're all up over 200% in our crypto portfolios. But here's why, because we bought at the low. This is the thing. We use support, we use resistance, and of course I use something else, the moving average. But Support and resistance is the key to help me to decide if I want to buy Bitcoin or if I should push pause on buying Bitcoin, or if a person that doesn't want to hold Bitcoin long term, which I don't know why you wouldn't, but if you don't want to hold Bitcoin long term, then you should be selling right now. And as a trader, you can sell and make money and not sell your actual asset. So there you go. So that RSI helps us to identify if something is too expensive to buy right now and we should consider selling it, or if something is too cheap right now and we should consider buying it. Buy the low, sell the high. Buy the fear, sell the greed. Warren Buffett. Everybody got it? Now, the other tip for conducting your basic market analysis is fundamental analysis. I just talked about this, y'all. Please check the news. You can go to forexfactory.com. FOREXFACTORY for my people who trade in the foreign exchange market or is curious about trading in the foreign exchange market. You can go to forexfactory.com and they give you daily news, and the folders are color coordinated to let you know if it's high impact, if it's medium impact, or if it's low impact. And I'm gonna tell y'all now, my community, we do not trade during the time where there is potential high impact or medium impact news. Why? Because I have made the mistakes. I have lost the money, and I said, y'all don't make the same mistakes as me. Now, whether they still do it or not, ain't my concern. I put it out there. I made the mistake. I lost the money. I don't want you to make the same mistake. So this is why I'm telling you, medium impact, high impact news, I stay away from the market during that time. Okay? But using those things is going to help us to identify if we should move forward with something or if we should pull back. Okay? And I want you guys to stay connected to the news. And I'm talking about, I'm not talking about just, getting on Fox News and CNN or whoever else, just listen. No. And I need you to be on what's the other one? What's that dude that talks about money? I can't think his name. But Fox Business has a lot of them. CNBC has a lot of them that gives financial, economic news, not the garbage that you don't need to be listening to every day, all day. We're talking about economics. We want to know what is happening in our economy or other economies that could potentially impact how we invest or potentially could impact how we trade. Okay? Now, the other thing that I want you all to think about is keeping it simple. This is crucial for us. We don't need to overanalyze all this, okay? Keep it simple. I need you to start small, focus on one or two things, okay, that make sense to you. So if support and resistance makes absolute sense to you, ride support and resistance until you feel like, yeah, I got this down pat, okay? And then consider adding a technical indicator or something else like what I do, okay? And another way to save you money before you start making the big money, okay, is to practice in a demo account or paper trading account, because that's what the people in the stock market call it. Forex, we call it a demo account, okay? It has the same algorithm as a live account with that broker, but we're not using our money. We're using paper money to help us get familiar with the strategy we're using, to help us get familiar with the trading platform that we're using or the investing platform that we're using, to help us get familiar with the costs associated with entering a trade, all of that stuff. We want to get familiar with this stuff before we put our hard-earned money into any investment. Everybody got it? If this is helping you, I need you to let me know. Say, yep, it's helping me, Leona. TikTok, y'all can tap the screen to let me know that it's helping you. Just go ahead, tap real quick. Tap real quick. Okay, share this live as well if you find that it's helping you. So now let's go to the chart. Let me pull this up, y'all, so that way you all can see what I'm talking about. And I'm just not making stuff up. I'm going to show you. I'm going to pull up. As a matter of fact, since I've been talking about Bitcoin, I'm about to help y'all to see. I'm about to help y'all to see support and resistance. Plain as day. And I'm going to show y'all what I'm talking about live. Live. I'm going to bring the phone around for y'all TikTok so y'all can see, okay? So give me a second. Give me a second. All I need is a second. All right. I'm pulling up Coinbase so that way there shouldn't be anything on here distracting. There we go. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna show y'all what I do. Okay, real quick. I'm gonna show you some support and resistance. I'm gonna go to a higher time frame so that way y'all can see it. Y'all ready? Let me get my share screen on. Give me a second. All I need is a second. I hope this helping somebody. If it's helping you, go ahead, tap that screen, TikTok. Go ahead and share, y'all. That would be awesome. Okay, so bear with me, Facebook and YouTube. I got to figure out how to turn this around again. I think I got it. Bam! All right. All right, TikTok. Y'all should see my screen right now. Okay, so let's get to it. So when I do support and resistance, I'm going to look at a higher time frame. The lowest time frame you should be on is called the 4 hour. That means each one of these candles represents 4 hours of movement in the market. So price here is this candle is green. That means that for the past 4 hours, the price kept going up. Okay. When the candles are red, that means over that 4 hour time frame, that price was going down. Okay. Everybody got it. This is basic stuff. Even if you want to just invest, y'all, being able to identify what's happening in the market when you look at a chart is going to save you a boatload of money. Everybody got it? Okay. So what I'm going to do is, for my people, it may help you to change it from these candlesticks here to what we call a line chart. Look up here where my cursor is. We're going to click on that one time and hit line. Everybody got it? So now, in order for me to identify an area that may be a strong resistance, meaning price may not push up further than that. May. That means possibility. That means possibly. That means I don't know, dog, but this is what history showed me. Okay? No guarantee, but this is a possibility. All right. So I see that price has been here twice. 1, 2. Everybody see that? 1, 2. If you have an area that has been hit 2 times or more, the more it's been hit in that same area, the stronger the, in this case, resistance. So we have 1, 2. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to get me a horizontal line. And I'm going to put this horizontal line here where price hit 2 times. 1, 2. Everybody got it? So this is telling me that I have resistance on the 4 hour time frame for Bitcoin. Again, do y'all remember what resistance means? Do y'all remember what resistance means? That means that price could potentially come here and not keep going. And it could come here and push back down. So what do you see happen? Price came up, push down. Price came up again, push down. It has not been back up here since, what's this date? November 22nd. So a whole week has gone by and Bitcoin has not been back to over $99,000. Everyone follow. If you follow TikTok, I need you to tap the screen. Like, yep, this is making sense. For y'all on Facebook and Facebook and YouTube, I need y'all to hit either the thumbs up for YouTube or liking heart, okay? So this tells us that if price does not come back up here and surpass it before December 31st, guess what's going to happen to price, y'all? Bitcoin price is going to continue to go down. Everybody got it. So now we have our resistance identified. So now we need to identify where could price potentially hit and it take a long time to push down further through and could cause price to go back up. We need to identify potential support. Okay, cool. So let's do it. I'm going to wrap this up, y'all, after I do this example. So I see this is where it's at right now. This is where price is currently at. So if I come here, nope. That's one and a resistance. Okay, so there's two touches in the same area. Yep, two touches in the same area. Let's see. That's only one. That's two touches in the same area. Okay, cool. Let's see. That's one. This one has pretty much three. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to identify this as a potential support because prices come here. 1, 2. Meant to create a new all-time high, then it could potentially do what? Go up and clear this and create a new all-time high. If it does not push down and clear this and create a new all-time high, y'all, before December 31st, 2024, we should be anticipating a sale. I'm going to type the word support. And I'm putting 4 hour. So I know where I drew my support. Okay. Now you don't have to have the colors green. Green means money. So that means buying for me. That means sell off as a trader for me. That means money made. Okay. Money's going to be made. All right. Now let's see if there is more. Let's see if it's more than 3 touches. So this is 1, 2, 3 here. Let's see if this one has it. I would prefer this one. Not even on front. Here's why. This definitely looks like a floor. This had indecision in the market, and it had a bit of resistance prior to that. So we had, this is resistance over here, and then it turned into support. So it flip-flopped. So for me, this would be better. Okay? So I have 3 touches. 1, 2, 3. So that means that I'm locking in my support and I'm locking in my resistance. So if price just bouncing between here and doesn't really make a decision, as a trader, I can trade from here to here, from here to here, if it just bounces in between these two. If it doesn't and it breaks to the upside, then that means that I'm looking for my next buying area. Okay, this is an all-time high, 99-ish. So guess what? It's going to be hard for you to find your next area as a beginner because you don't have any previous data to go off of. But if I'm looking at price breaking through here and continue to sell because this was the all-time high here on November 22nd, if that's the all-time high and then price does sell, then guess what I could do? I can look at this to say, hey, price is going to end. Okay? So that's it, y'all. I just really wanted to show you guys the difference between support and resistance. Okay, that's what I wanted to do, to show y'all that, so that way you have an example. So for my people who are talking about buying into Bitcoin right now, look at where price is. This red candle means what? Selling. The green candle means what? Buying. So currently Bitcoin is doing what? Buying or selling? it is selling because the candle is red. So for me, if you're talking about, I'm about to buy some Bitcoin right now, this is not the time to buy. If you wanted to buy, then you should buy down here at 91,698. And this is on Coinbase, y'all. This is Coinbase. Everybody got it. So Coinbase in the United States, this is where you could potentially look to buy. Again, y'all, I am not a licensed trader. I am not a financial advisor. I want you to be wise in your decision making when you are considering investing or trading in any market. So if you're talking about buying Bitcoin, this current price is not the time to buy. Down here or lower is the time to buy. Everybody got it. I hope y'all got it. All right, let's wrap it up so you can get your homework. Okay, let's get you guys your homework and then we'll close this out. If this helped you, okay, if you're like, oh man, that was great, I appreciate it, then TikTok, tap, 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 tap. Share this live, or if you're watching replay, share the replay. Okay, so let me stop sharing right now. There we go. So everybody should be good to go. Okay, so homework time. Let's get into want you to start practicing conducting basic technical analysis, doing that support and resistance. Find the support and resistance levels of that stock, of that currency pair, of that cryptocurrency. Okay, find the support and the resistance levels and mark it like I showed you. Use the horizontal line on the 4-hour time frame, and then type in there, it's resistance on the 4-hour, it's support on the 4-hour. Okay, everybody got it? So I need you to find your floor and I need you to find your ceiling on that stock or that cryptocurrency or that currency pair in the Forex market. All right. Now, I'm not going to have y'all do the indicator yet because of time. I need you guys to practice support and resistance. Okay. But I was going to do that. The next thing is, remember I gave you guys forexfactory.com, right? If you are interested in currency pairs in the Forex market, you're going to go to forexfactory.com. I want you to use that every single day until our next session to identify what news is happening that day and if that news impacts the currency pair or the cryptocurrency or the stock or whatever that you are considering investing in. Okay, so let's say you're interested in stocks and you hear people talk about the S&P 500 all the time. Well, you can look at forexfactory.com, honestly, and look for the U.S. news that's coming up and gauge if how much it makes the S&P 500 move either to the upside or the downside. Take note of it. Okay, which that goes into the next part, which is write a short observation. So every time you go do your support and resistance, every time you go check the news, whether that's Bloomberg, whether that's Yahoo Finance, whether that's forexfactory.com, doesn't matter, whichever news outlet you're using to help you, I need you to write down what happens after that news is released. What happens to your currency pair, your stock, your crypto, What happens to it after that news is released? As a matter of fact, what's happening before the news is released, what's happening during the news being released, and what happens after the news is released. This is important to help you decide if you want to risk entering trades before that news is released in the future, during the news release in the future, or after the news is released in the future. Because a lot of these things are constant. They're either monthly, quarterly, or annually. Okay. All right. And also make sure that you summarize in your written observation what news is coming up, how is it impacting the market, right? And then would you have taken the entry? Would you have bought? Would you have sold? Or would you have push pause? Okay. I need you to combine all of this stuff together and just keep in mind, like, okay, moving forward, am I buying Bitcoin? Am I selling Bitcoin? Or am I saying, you know what? I'm not doing anything at this moment. Am I buying Apple? Am I selling Apple? Or I'm not doing anything at this moment? Am I buying Tesla? Am I selling Tesla? Or I'm not doing anything at this moment? I'm buying gold or I'm selling gold, or I'm not doing anything at this moment. I need you to write that down. Everybody got it? I know I went a little. Any questions? Facebook, YouTube, do you guys have any questions? TikTok, do you guys have any questions? I'm going to wrap it up. Don't forget, y'all, today we have the Black Friday sale going on, 50% off for my people who want to learn the skill of trading with me. How I've shown you guys just the simple thing of identifying support and resistance. There's way more to trading than that. There's way more to investing to become consistently profitable. There's way more to it than that. But this is a really great first step and a simple first step. Okay. You can get 50% off our trading programs. That's the live 90-day trading bootcamp that kicks off January 5th to March 26th. The graduation is going to be March 26th. Okay. You can get 50% off of that. Starting prices for that, because it's 3 tiers. Starting pricing for that is $498.99, $498.99, y'all, and there are payment plans available. Okay. Just in general, because you've been spending money preparing for Christmas. I got it. So seeing if trading is for you, you can use the FOREX starter kit. Okay. Totally self-paced. It's only $24.99, y'all, today because of Black Friday. $24.99, y'all. That's a Starbucks run for me. That's probably a Chick-fil-A run for you. That's probably a McDonald's run for you. That's probably a quick in and out of Target run for you. Okay. You know what I'm saying? You're spending more at Target. Okay. Let me just say that. You're spending more at Target than $24.99. All right. So, save you some money, but see if trading is for you. That's what the FOREX starter kit is for. Okay. It's going to give you some of the basics. You're going to get homework. You're going to have quizzes, all that good stuff. Just to make sure that this is something you really want to do, because trading is a lifelong learning process. It does not stop once you get a course and then you finish the course and now, boom, I know everything about trading. You never have to study again. That's not true, because the markets always change. Okay. For my people who are interested in cryptocurrency and you want to safely invest, you want to know when you should invest in certain cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, whatever it may be. I am going to be leading the cryptocurrency beginner bootcamp on that. Hopefully I can get my guest speaker to come on and share some key insights about XRP for that. But we're working on it. All right, we're working on it. But yes, so make sure, if that's something you want to do, if you are super interested and you want to do it the safe way, okay, and you don't want to be buying at the all-time highs like some people are doing, you want to make more on your investment and do it in a safe manner, go right now. TikTok, y'all have to click the link in my bio for that, and then YouTube and Facebook, y'all, it's in the description of this video. Okay, or in the caption, I should say, for Facebook. It's in the caption of this video. Click that link, y'all, so that way you can get the access to the Crypto Beginner Bootcamp for $99 today only, y'all, versus that $175 that it's going to be. Okay, that's the original price for that, $175. So today is $99 only. After today, y'all, prices go back to the regular price. Okay, so since I did not see any questions come through, y'all remember 90-Day Trading Bootcamp starts January 5th and ends March 26th with a graduation, and you do get a certificate for completing that as well. We also celebrate people. There's something I've made a habit of doing. We celebrate people who do exceptionally well or make improvements and whatnot. That's part of that as well. The FOREX Starter Kit is for my people who are very, very new and want to test the waters to see if trading is for them just in general. Y'all, that's very cheap, $24.99 today and today only. Okay. If you know that you want to trade, but you're like, hey, I want the ticket where I could get the access to the recordings, but I need a little, like, can I get like a heads up? Then you'll get the trading bundle, which has the Day Trading 101, which is 30-day self-paced trading program, okay, which has homework as well, all right, and reading material. And you get access to the advanced ticket for the 90-Day Trading Bootcamp. Again, this is where you get the recordings of each of the live sessions. So if you have to go to work and you miss a session or whatever, you'll be able to get access to the recording. Plus those two things that you're going to get as a bonus, which is the updated 2025 trading checklist to help you identify what you should be looking for before entering the trade, while you're in the trade, and also what to do after you have exited the trade. Okay. And you get access to the Trading Trauma series. All right. So that is everything that is available to you. Go right now, get your savings, save 50% today, because this sale ends at 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right. I hope y'all got it. So that's it. That's all I have. I'm going to leave y'all with my favorite quote, and that's from the legend. His name is Arthur Ashe, and he says, to start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. Y'all go out here, be great. Save this video, share this video, like this video, comment, and subscribe on YouTube, as well as hit that notification bell. All right, that's all I got. I'll see y'all on Sunday for the FOREX